So let's suppose, guys, I want to, create an instance variable. I'm taking a method whose name is student. Okay. First of all, I take a class. Okay. Let's suppose a class is there whose name I have taken. Let's suppose student. Okay. This is a class, guys. Okay. Now I told you if I want a constructor, how we construct, guys? Underscore underscore what? Init
Yeah.
underscore underscore. Yes or no? The first parameter, let's suppose I pass self, then I'm passing a parameter AB. Yes or no? So now, guys, this is a constructor. Okay. So here, we'll use this, variable how self dot a. Let's suppose I, pass it as, name. Okay. And, self dot, or let us just, take on this as, self dot name as an instance variable. And this is the local variable a. The value is passed in self dot name. And let us just take self dot, let me just take marks as the instance variable. And this local variable b will pass to value to marks. Okay. This is the constructor I have created. Let's suppose I want to create the object. Can someone, tell me how to create the object, guys? Can someone tell me how to create the object? For this particular, class, student class, if I want to create the object, what I will write? Obj1 equals to student. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? This is our, object we have created. Now, I want to, pass some, values here. Let's suppose I want to, pass a value, Amar, and marks I want to pass it is, 80. Okay. So now this is a, a constructor, guys. Okay. And this is a, a class, and that, the value passes this one. This one we have created a, object for student, and we are passing these values. Yes or no, guys? Any doubt till here? This is what is one of the way, guys, to create a, constructor using that, instance, a variable. So instance variable is nothing but, name and, name and marks. These are the local variable a and b. Okay. Uh, yes or no, guys? A and b, where the value is passed is 80 and a. Syntax error, line 1. What is the syntax error? This class. Invalid syntax. Finish line. What is the syntax error I'm getting? Why I'm getting a syntax error?
Sir, you have this the class after class two gaps are there. I think yes,
No,
this
this class name I have taken, uppercase, I guess,
yes. Now it's correct.
So it should be always layer case. Okay. So this is fine, guys. This is the class. Here there's a, constructor. Now I'm passing the value. Okay. So now, guys, this is, overall understanding of instance variable. Okay. This is a class whose name is student. I have created the object. And now as soon as I create the object, since it is a constructor, what will happen, guys? Since this is a constructor, what will happen? Can someone tell me what happens for a constructor? If a constructor is, created, what will happen, guys? This is a special kind of method which we do not need to call. And, the values will be passed. Amar will be passed as A and 80 will be passed as B. Okay. Now, this is a local variable, guys. A and B are local variables. It is only used to pass the value. So in this, name, this is a, a instance variable, and this is a marks is an instance variable. So in the name, Amar is passed. In marks, 80 is passed. So are you clear, guys? Till this much? Tell me. Any doubt here? Chitra, Gitanjali, Sumati, Murali, Rupa. Any doubt, guys?
It's clear.
Yeah. So now this is one way, we have created an instance variable using a constructor. What is the other way? Using an instance method. How can we access? Can you tell me? Let's suppose there is a, instance method. Okay. Add. Okay. How it is instance method? Because there is only one parameter as self inside a class. That means an instance method. So in this, add, or so let's suppose, let us not write down add. We should give some, meaningful name. Let's suppose profile. Okay. In this, instance method, if I want to access the instance variable, how can I access? I can write here what? Return. Let's suppose I can write return, or I can write return, or, print self dot name. And what I can write, guys? Let's suppose I want, one more return value, self dot name, comma what? Self dot marks. So these are the values written in this, instance method. Okay. So now this is one way, guys, one way to, access the instance variable is using a constructor. See, instance variable name is name and marks. But to access the instance variable, we are using self.name, self.marks. A, B are just a local variable here. Similarly, guys, this is a a instance method. Why it is an instance method? It's inside a class and its only self is the parameter. That means it's an instance method. The instance method can access the instance variable. How? Self.name, self.marks. It is able to access. So now if I want to call this method, how can I call? Can someone tell me? I want to call this method object1 dot what, guys? Profile. Yes or no, guys? Now what will happen? We'll call this method. Yes or no? And after calling, if I wanted to see the result, what can I write the code? Can someone tell me? You see, this is you're calling this. This is returning this one. So now how to see that what it is returning? What can I do here?
In parameter, you can give the value.
So we have to print the value. Yes or no, guys? Or you
Print.
can take a separate parameter and print it. Yes or no, guys? So now, if I if I execute this code, what will be the output? Are you able to see? Any doubt, guys? This Amar and Ette is coming from where? Yeah, Gitanjali, Sumati, where this Amar and is coming, Ette is coming. What is happening in this program? Can you tell me? Guys, can someone explain me what is happening? How the instance variable got accessed in an instance method and how it is accessed in a constructor, and what is this value written? This Amar and Ette is coming from which statement? From line number 10. What happened in line number 10?
So we are it is returning that object1.profile is returning the value.
Yeah. Guys, are you understanding or not? Tell me. Instance variable is created based on what? The object. Yes or no, guys? So what is the object we are creating? Tell me. obj1. Yes or no, guys? This is an object. obj1. Yes or no? This is the object created. Now what happens in this, what I told you to access the instance variable, which are the, just give me this answers, okay? Which are the instance variable? Let me just see. What are the instance variable? Tell me.
Self is the instant variable.
No. Instance variable is name and another instance variable. Can someone tell me which is the another instance?
Marks.
Marks. Yes or no, guys? So at least you are clear. There are two instance variable. One is now name and one is marks. Yes or no, guys? Now, how to access instance variable? What is the answer? Inside our class. Inside a class, how we access, guys? Self dot, the name of that instance variable. Can I write here? Yes or no, guys? This is how we access. Let's suppose inside the class means what? Within that, class indentation. Yes or no, guys? Inside the class means what? Within the class indentation. Yes or no, guys? So which is the class, indentation? Are you able to see? Which is the class indentation within this, block? This is called, indentation. Yes or no, guys? So within this block, this is why this line of codes are within the class, because within this indentation. So within this class, if I want to access, how can I use? Using self.instance variable. Are you clear till this much? So yes or no, guys? Are you getting clarity? Using that instance variable, how can we access? Using self.instance variable. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now let's suppose guys. So we have we have access instance variable using what, guys? Using the constructor. Using what, guys? Using the constructor and using what? Using instance method. Yes or no, guys? So in instance method or using the constructor, we are using self dot the whatever the instance variable name is there. Yes or no, guys? One more way is, guys, outside the class. Do you remember that? What is the way if I want to access outside the class? Do you guys remember? What is that? Object reference dot, guys, the variable name. Let's suppose it's some marks. Yes or no, guys? Let's suppose I want to pass a value. Let's suppose marks is 20. Something good value 90. Okay, and obj1. This is the instance where object dot reference dot directly we are passing that instance variable, and then we are passing a not let's suppose I want to pass the name. I want to pass is, let's suppose some name, Vic. Okay. So this is guys, or some, Rishi. So this is guys, we are, passing the value of instance variable here. Yes or no, guys? Let us just, execute this one. So this is one way and this is one way. Now let us just, in this method, if I want to, see the value of instance variable, so I can print it. How can I print it? Tell me. Print self dot name. And if I want, to see the marks, I can write self dot, marks. So this is how, guys, we are, within the class, we are just, using this one. Outside the class, guys, this is an, we have, put the value, object1 dot marks equals to this much. So let's suppose I want to print the, instance variable. So what can I write? Object1 dot, marks. And print, object1 using the object reference variable, object1 dot, name. So now, guys, what will be the outputs? My question to you is, what will be the outputs? What do you think? One is this print statement. What this print statement will do? This is within class. Why it is within class? Because it falls within this, indentation. So what will be the output of line number 5? Can someone tell me? And line number 6?
Amar is the line
Amar
number.
80.
Yes, so now guys, the name will be what? Amar, and marks will be what, guys? Whatever the marks is 80. Fine.
80.
So within this, constructor, we are getting the value using self.name, self.marks. This is an instance method. Within instance method, how we are, accessing the value using self.name, self.marks. Why? Because it comes under, again, within this class. So what will be the output here? Self.name, what will be the value? Amar, self.marks, what will be the value? 80. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? Guys, are you clear till this much?
Yeah.
So now, guys, what will happen here? What will be the value here? We outside the class. Why it is outside the class? Can someone tell me why it is outside the class? Why this is, guys, outside the class?
After it is not coming the same indentation, it is coming out of.
Yes or no, guys? Yeah, guys, the other one can someone else explain this? Why it is outside this class? Let's suppose, Chitra or, someone else. Please explain me why it is, outside the class. This particular, object value, why it is outside the class? Can someone tell me?
Yeah, because the class student, right? Whatever is below that, so it
The indentation block, you have to tell what it does not fall within this indentation block. So
indentation.
you are starting your code from here. So this does not is comes within this class. We cannot tell this variable values are within the class. This is outside the class because it does not fall within the indentation range of this class method. Yes or no? So what will be the output here? What will be obj1.marks, obj1.name?
It will be 90 and Rishi.
Yes or no? Let us just see. So how can we access the instance variable? Can you tell me now? Within the class using what? Constructor. Within the class using what? Instance method. Outside the class using what? Object reference dot variable, and the equal we will equate it to the value. This is, guys, instance variable. Any doubt? Tell me now.
Yeah.
1 hour, guys, I have taught you, instance variable. Okay, so you should be very clear. Okay, what happens? These objects get created. Can someone, explain? Let's suppose, let me just, take an example. Let's suppose, Kalpana, can you explain me what will happen? Let's suppose this object is created. What is happening in line number 11? Or, anyone else, Sumati or Murali, anyone wants to give a, try, Bhuvneshwari or anyone. What is happening in line number 11?
Once created the object, it will go to line number 2, self.
It will go to here. What will go to, what will go in self? Can you tell me?
Variable A and B values. Object will go to self. Then
Yes.
A and AB is assigned to Amar and B is assigned to 80.
Very good, very good. This object 1 will go to this cell. This A will go to, Amar, and this 80 will go to B. And this,
B.
construct. Why we have not called this, method? This is also a method. Why?
This is the constructor. No need to call. So self It is a self calling.
As soon as we create the object, it gets called by itself internally. As soon as we create the object, it gets called by itself. We do not need to explicitly call it. Yes or no? Constructor is a special kind of method. We don't need to call it explicitly. As soon as an object is created, this gets called by itself. Okay. Now what is this A and what is this B, Kalpana?
These are the parameters.
Local variable. This is what? Local variable. Yes or no? A and B are what? Local variable.
Mhm.
Only used to, for assigning the value, we are passing this A and B. Yes or no? Yeah, now tell me. Within this class, how can we access this, instance variable? Using
By
what?
variable name.
Self dot variable name. So which are the instance variable here? Can you tell me which are the instance variable and how can we access this? Let's suppose someone asks you, which are the instance variable? What is your answer? Which are the instance variable? Name and marks.
And marks.
How can we, let me just write down here because, we will, erase this one. So let us just, write down in, our active inspire. So code we have already seen, guys. Let us just, write down. First of all, my question is, okay, what is an instance variable? What is an instance, variable? What is the answer? What is an instance, variable?
Name and marks.
Now, what is an instance variable? Instance variable is a variable which is created how? Which is created
Self dot
Whenever-
variable name.
whenever an object is created. Yes or no? Whenever an object is created, an instance variable is created. Okay, now. No, guys, let me just change the color. Okay, now. How to access an instance variable? My question to you is how to access an instance variable using what? Self
Self
dot
dot variable name.
Yes or no, guys? Variable name I'm writing. Now, this is what, guys, within the class. This is what? Note is what? Within the class. Now, how can I access an instance variable outside the class? What is the answer? How can I access an instance variable outside the class? What is the answer? Object reference dot variable name equals to value. Yes or no, guys? Now, how are the instance variable instance variable created or accessed in overall? What will be the answers? How are the instance variable created or accessed, guys? Overall, someone will ask you. What will you tell? First is guys what? First is what? Using what, guys? Using constructor. This is one way. Next is what, guys? Using
Methods.
instance method. Yes or no, guys? Instance method. In both, what we'll do? Self dot variable name. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
But next is what, guys? Outside the class. Using what? Object
Variable.
reference dot variable name equals to value. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? So are you getting now, guys, clarity? What is an instance variable? What is a local and global variable? Yes or no? All the three, are you clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no, guys? Are you now clear, what is the difference between local variable means what? The accessibility is within that method. Global variable means what? The accessibility is, anywhere inside the method or outside the method. Yes or no, guys? What is self? Self refer to the current object. Yes or no, guys?
Yeah.
What is self, guys? Now if let's suppose someone will ask you, what is a self? Okay, question is, what is a self? What is the answer? What is a self?
Is argument.
Self refers to what, guys? Refers to what? Current object, which a method or constructor is executed. Yes or no, guys? Self refers to, guys, current object also. You will tell that that's more than enough. Okay. So what will happen when we create an object? Python will send that object as self. Yes or no, guys? Yes. So whenever object is created, Python will send what, guys? It will send the object as self. Yes or no, guys? By itself. We don't have to do anything. It goes by itself. Yes, guys. So by itself we can access, guys, instance variable and instance method. Yes or no, guys? Now, after this, so this is, guys, instance variable, local variable, and global variable. So let me just see one code I have for all the three clubbed as ones. Before I go to static variable, I want to see if I have yeah, combining all one and try to access and see how much you have understood. Okay. Yeah, guys. So now tell me, guys, which are the variables and what is happening. So who can take the initiative? Can someone try this one? Sumati, can you try this one? What is happening here? Which is the global variable, which is the instance variable, and which is the local variable, and how we are accessing those things you have to tell. Yeah, Bhuvneshwari, can you try? Or Chitra, Gitanjali, Kalpana, Murali, Rupa. Anyone, can you guys try, please? What is this code? Which are the variables?
The constructor has one variable, instance variable, which is value.
No. Instance variable is not the value. What is the instance variable?
Oh, sorry, it's instance underscore var.
So that is the instance variable. Yes or no? Instance underscore var is the instance variable. Next, tell me next. What is line number 1? Can you tell me this one? What kind of variable this is?
Global variable.
This is a global variable. So it can be accessed what? Within a method as well as outside the method. Yes or no? So line number 1, Chitra is telling us it is a global variable. Now, what is the name of the class? Can someone tell me, Chitra? What is the name of the class?
My class.
And what is this line number 4?
Line number 4 is the constructor.
So it is a default constructor or parameterized constructor?
It's a parameterized constructor.
Yes. So what are the values going in this constructor?
Value.
So value.
Yes.
Is getting assigned. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So value is getting assigned. Okay, fine. Now what we are doing in line number 5?
So we are assigning the value parameter to the instance variable.
Okay. Now what is this line number 7?
So that is the instance method.
Why it is an instance method?
Because it is using the self
as the first parameter, inside a class. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes.
Now what will happen? What is happening in line number 8?
So inside the method, so it has defined a local variable.
Why it is a local variable?
Because it's inside the class.
Inside the method, because it is inside this method. What is this method name? User variable. Inside that we are declaring a variable, so it is a local variable. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So what will happen if I print the value of local variable? What will be printed in line number 9?
I am local.
Okay, now what we are trying to do in line number 10?
Okay.
Yeah, Bhuvneshwari, what we are trying to do in line number 10? Can you give a try?
We are going to access the instance variable that
inside what? Inside which kind of method?
Inside use variables.
Inside instance method. Use variable is an instance method. Inside an instance method, if you want to access an instance variable, you have to use what? Self dot variable name, yes or no?
Yes.
Now what will be the output here? Can you tell me? What is the object I have created? My class. What is the value I'm passing as a value? Can you tell me?
I'm an instant variable.
I'm an instance variable. This got assigned here. Self dot instance variable name output is what? I am an instance variable. So what will be the output of line number 10?
I'm an instance variable.
Okay, now what will be the output of line number 11? I'm a global. Yes or no? I am global. Yes or no? What is happening in line number 14? We are calling this instance method. Yes or no? Any method needs to be called apart from constructor. So we are calling that method. So let us just see our now output local variable. So this will be output is I am local instance variable. Output will be what? I am an instance variable, global variable. I am global. Let us just see. Are you clear, guys? Now did you got the clarity? What is instance variable, local variable, and global variable? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Very good. Excellent. Now, there are two more, guys, constructor I have already, taught you. So let me just, take one more, two more variables. That is nothing but the, static variable or class variable. Both are same in Python, static variable or class variable. So let us just, focus on static variable or class variable. So in Python, the concept of a static variable exists in the context of class attributes. So these are with respect to name is only static variable or class variable, so it will be within the class and outside the method. Okay. So unlike instance variable, the static variables are shared across all instances of class. So instance variable, what will happen? It is specific to a particular instance. Instance means object. It was for a particular object, particular value is there, and we can change one particular value, will not affect the value of other objects. But is the class variables are not like that. Static variable and class variables are not there like that. Static variables are shared across all instances of a class. They belong to the class itself rather than any individual object. So this is overall with respect to the class, and it is not with respect to individual object. Okay, so that is what we have written here. Unlike instance variable, static variables are shared across all instances of the class. All the instances, all the objects will have the same value with respect to class variable. They belong to class itself rather than any individual object. So characteristics of static variables in Python. Scope: static variables are defined at class level. Static variables are defined at class level. That means it will be within the class and outside the method. They are accessible using class name or instance of the class. So they can be accessed using the class name or instance of the class. That means with the object. And the longevity is lifetime. They exist for the lifetime of the program until the class definition is removed. Shared across instances, all instances of a class, that means all objects of a class share the same instance variable. That is nothing but the static variable or the class variable. Changing its value affects all the instances. Can be accessed via class name dot variable or instance dot variable. So these are, guys, instance or class variable. So what we told here is that the concept of static variable exists in the context of class attributes. Unlike instance variable, static variable or class variable are shared across all instances of class. This is the first point, that it will be shared across all instances of the class. Okay, and they can be accessed using class name or instance. Okay, they exist for the lifetime or the class is removed, and all instances of a class share the same variable and can be accessed via class name dot variable name or through instance or dot variable name. So how to define and use static variables or class variable? So this is a class variable, and this is a particular static variable. Let us just see, guys, with respect to code, so that we can understand. This is class variable or static variable. Let us just try to see. This is a class whose name is my class. This is a static variable. Why it is a static variable or class variable? Because it is within the class and outside the method. So this is called a static variable. The output I have written is I am static. This is the value I have assigned to the static variable. There is again an constructor. This constructor is having a two values, self and name. Okay. So this name is an instance variable. Okay. So here we are putting the same name only. self.name equals to name. So this is an instance variable whose name is name, and this is a local variable which will assign the value. This is, guys, let's suppose this is a class, okay? So class, static variable I can access using the object or directly the class name. So here we are writing the class name, my class dot static variable. I'll get the output as I am static. Now I'm creating the object. So my class, I have created an object. Two objects are created, object 1 and object 2. Object 1, the value passed is obj object 1, and obj 2, or this particular object, we are passing the value object 2. So here we are passing obj, object 1 and object 2. Now, from this object, if I want to, refer to the static variable, definitely using object we can, refer. And from this object, again, we want to, refer to this, static variable. Again, we can refer, obj to the static 2, and this will also give the same value. I am static. So this, static variable or class variable can be, referred using the class name. Here I have proved using class name. Here I am proving using object name. Yes or no, guys? See it. This is on static, variable. So what is happening here? First, we are, trying to, paste the, print the value here. So what is it is printing? I am static. Why it is printing I am static? Because I'm using class name dot static variable. Again, now what happens here? We are trying to, access the, here in line number, 16 and 17, I'm trying to, access. So it is printing what? I am static from object 1 and object 2. Now what happens? We are modifying this static variable using the class name. So what we taken class name, the variable name, and some modified name I have written. Now if I want to access using the object name, the values are modified. Yes or no, guys? If I want to access using class name, how can I access? Can someone tell me the modified value using what? Class name? How can I access? Class name dot static variable. So this is one way. Let us just see I am getting the modified or no. Are you able to understand, guys, what is happening here in a static variable or class variable? How can we access it? How can we modify it? And how it is different from global or instance variable? Yes or no, guys? Any doubt? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, in line number 12 and 13, what is that object 1 and object 2? It is a value, right? Passed.
Yes, you can pass any value. You can pass Amar and Sujit. Yeah, tell me. So here let's suppose I pass here a value called as Ramesh, and here I pass it a value called as Mahesh. Now can you tell me which are the value passed to this particular class? What will be the name here? Here it is passed as Ramesh. Here it is passed as Mahesh. Yes or no? So now if I print the value, so now what will happen? This will be passed. This is we are not trying to print it. Let's suppose I wanted to print the value. How can I print within this instance method? Can you tell me? Print what?
Self dot object
Name.
1
Yes or
name.
no? Self dot name. This is the instance variable. Yes or no? It is telling what are the name? Ramesh and Mahesh. Yes or no? Within the class, we use it directly, print dot, self dot name. That is what I have taught you. Yes or no, guys?
Okay.
Tell me, any more doubt? Anyone? Let me just, paste it in a, notepad, because this is not, that much clear. Yeah, now tell me, guys. Any doubt here? What is a static variable overall? What did we understood? What is a static variable or class variable?
Static variable you can access anywhere, locally or outside also, within the class or outside the class also.
Static, my understanding, static variable is defined outside the method, inside the class.
Yes or no, guys? The static variable you cannot define outside the class. Okay, if you define outside the class, it will become what? A global variable. What is a static variable? A variable that belongs to the class. What you have to tell first line? What is a static variable? Now someone will ask, what is a static variable or class variable? So what is that? So let me just change the color. Yeah, so someone will ask, what is a static variable? Okay, static variable. So what you put in? Static variable is a variable. Okay. That static variable, you write like this. Static variable is a variable that belongs That belongs to the class. That belongs to the class. This is first thing you have to tell. Not for a, not for a particular object. Where it is written, guys? It is, defined where? Defined inside a class and what? Outside a method. Do you guys agree with me? Is defined inside a class and outside the method? Yes or no, guys? And how
Yes.
can we access it? Main thing is how to access it. What is the answer? How to access it?
By its class name or object name.
Class name dot, whatever the variable is there, static variable. Okay. And then next is what, guys? Object reference dot, variable name. Yes or no? Do you guys agree with me? These are the, two ways to access to, this, static variables. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So static variable belongs to class and instance variable belong to object. Yes or no, guys? And a static variable will be, shared with all the objects. An instance variable only to that particular, object. Yes or no, guys? And a static variable will be what? Inside the class or outside the, class? It will be always inside the class. Yes or no, guys? But instance variable, it will be either inside the constructor or inside the, instance method. Yes or no, guys? Are you getting some clarity, guys? Yes or no? Let's
Yes,
suppose,
sir.
someone tell you, tell me, few difference between, static variable or, class variable and versus, instance, variable. What is the difference? So what you will tell, first of all, static variable, belongs to what? Belongs to a
Class.
class. Yes or no,
Class.
guys? Whereas this will belong to what? An object. Yes or no, guys? Instance variable. And this is what? Shared by what? All the objects, will share the same value. Yes or no, guys? Will share the same value. Yes or no, guys? Will share the same value. But what will happen with instance value? Specific to that only object. Yes or no, guys? Next is what, guys? Defined well. How it is defined? It is defined what? Inside the class. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? And outside what? Outside the method. Yes or no, guys? Outside the method. Yes or no, guys? What is, for instance, variable? Can someone tell me? Inside the constructor. Constructor or what will tell, guys? Instance method. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
One more is there, but generally we tell only two, outside the class using, I told you, object reference dot variable equals to value. But we tell generally, inside the constructor or instance method. And how can we access it? Using what, guys? Class name dot variable or object reference dot,
Variable.
object reference dot variable. And how can we access, instance variable? Using self dot
Self.
variable. Are you getting some idea, guys? Static variable or, object reference variable, yes or no, guys? An instance variable, no. Class variable or static variable, example taking variable name as, class, underscore variable name. So a variable defined within a class, but outside any method, it is saved among all the instances. And this we have, already, discussed. Let us just take one more, example. So now, guys, this example, someone needs to, explain me what is happening for this, class variable or static variable. It's the class variable name or instance variable is the same in Python. Again, I'm telling. Is there any difference between class variable and static variable? What is the answer? Class variable and instance variable are same in Python. What is the, difference between instance, class variable and, versus, static variable? So in Python, both, what will happen? Static variable and class variable are same. Fine, now guys. Now tell me, guys, here. Now this is a class variable. So now this is our instance variable. So who will explain me? How we are accessing it. Can someone give a try how to access it? Rupa or Sumati, guys, please give a try. Bhuvneshwari, Gitanjali, can you guys try? Kalpana, anyone?
The class name is my class.
Okay.
Class variable is a static variable created inside my class,
Okay.
and def underscore in it. It is a constructor, and we have a instance variable created,
Okay.
self dot instance variable, and
Okay.
we have created object one and object two for my class, and we are passing values as 20, 30.
Very good.
And we are print my class dot class variable will give the output as 10. That is in number 2 line.
Okay.
And object one dot class variable also will give the same, because we have created object one and accessing the class static variable. Object one dot class variable will give 10.
Okay.
And in the line 14, my class dot class variable is also static variable, where we are modifying the value initiated in line 2, and we
Okay.
are printing the uh, class variable through the objects created, object 1 and object 2. So the output will be modified static variable values as 50, 50.
Yes or no? Are you able to understand, guys? Yes or no? If I wanted to access using, class, what would the code I would have written here? Tell me.
My class dot
My class dot what?
class variable.
Class variable.
Yes or no? What will be the output of the last statement? Line number 70. 50. Yes or no, guys? Unable to see. Are you now getting understanding, guys? Class variable. This is not the class where you can write, A, B, C, D, anything. Just for an understanding, we have written. You can write A equals to 10. This is also a class variable. You can refer using A. Yes or no, guys? Everywhere you can put as A. Yes or no, guys? Are you getting some understanding? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
So this is what is, guys, a class variable or a static variable. No. In Python, class variable and static variable are essentially the same thing, since Python doesn't have separate concept of keyword for static variable like Java or C++. Instead, it uses class variable to serve the same purpose. Next is, guys, recursive function. So recursive function in Python is a function that calls itself in order to solve a problem. Sometimes they ask, what is a recursive function? So a function which calls itself is called as, guys, what? A recursive function. So a function which will, call itself is called as what, guys? A recursive function. The recursive function are often used to solve the problem that can be, broken down into smaller or, similar subprograms. So let us just see and recursive function for factorial of a number. So what we are doing is that we are trying to, understand a function which calls itself. The name of this function is, factorial. So now we are calling this factorial. We are passing the value 5 in, we are going here. Is the 5 equal to 1 or 0? No, it is not equal. Then it goes to the else part. It returns what 5 into, factorial, 4. Okay. So now what happens is that, so the output we get is here is return, n value is 5, and then into, and it calls this, method. Okay. This method, and here n value becomes what 4. So it calls this value, with the value of 4. Now it goes here and it checks, if n equals to 1 or n equals to 0, return 1. So this is not, n equals to 1 or n equals to 0. It comes to the else part, return what? The n value, that is nothing but 4. And again, it calls the value, this method with the value 4 minus 1. This time the value is 3. So comes here and then again it returns 3 and then multiplied by, it again calls 3 minus 1, 2. So now what will happen? It returns what 2. And finally, 2 minus 1, we get a value as 1. So now what will happen, when the value is 1, it checks, is the value equals to 1, then it returns a value 1. So this is what is the factorial, guys. We are calling them a same method, our method only again and again, calling the same method again and again is called as, guys, what? Factorial. We get the output as 120. This is called factorial program. See, the output is 120. This is how we write, guys, factorial program. A recursive function is in a Python is a function that calls itself in order to solve program. That's all. A function which calls itself, yeah, guys, is nothing but a recursive program. So what will happen here? The function is calling itself. If you see here the function is calling itself. Which is the function which is calling itself? This is nothing but is factorial. This function is getting called by itself in the else part. It's returning the value of n, and again it is calling itself. The function which calls itself is called a recursive function. Yes or no, guys? So this is calling the same function again and again. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
So this is stopping until a condition is achieved. So that is why it is called as guys a recursive function, a function which calls itself. Any doubt, guys? Here the simple concept. Are you clear, guys? Recursive function, a function which calls itself. Here it is calling itself again and again. First the value was 5, then it changed to 4, 3, 2, 1. Any doubt here? Recursive function.
Clear, sir.
Fine, guys. Next is guys, map. Map means what? It will apply the same function to each and every element. So that is called as guys a map. So it will apply the same function to each and every element of a sequence and return its modified list. So that means sequence can be a list or a tuple, okay? So that will what will happen is that it will apply the same function to every item of that sequence, be it list, tuple, etc. And returns guys a modified list. Let us just see. Map function in Python is a powerful tool for applying a specific function to every element of a iterable like list or tuple, and it helps in simplifying the code by eliminating the need of explicit loop. All these codes can be written using loop statement and if else, but this is simplifying the code. What is happening here is that I wanted the square of a number. So this method is square and it is returning x into x. That is nothing but a square. But I wanted for each and every element. I can have used a for loop and again I would have got it in comprehensive list. But what I'm doing is that I'm putting a map. So map will take the method name. What is the method name? And then the value. This is nothing but number. So this tells what? This will apply the same function to each and every element in the list. That means it in this method, what is the function x square? So it will be 1 square. Then each and every element 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. Let's suppose I print the result. So this will give what? It has applied as same function to each and every element. Okay. So let us just this is printing the result. Applying the same function to each and every, we have not converted it into list. Just convert into list. Let us just see. Yeah. So guys, if we don't convert it into list, we were just getting the address. Let's suppose what I did is that first I wanted to check the edit like this. So what is happening is that this is this is giving the map object. Okay, this is not returning the actual value. So that is what is the problem, guys. If I don't convert it into list, but finally I converted into the list because I wanted the output of each and every element, because here we are just printing the objects which are mapped. Okay, so map object at which particular memory location. So it was just giving the memory location where the objects are mapped, but we don't wanted it. We wanted a converted list. To get the converted list, we have to again convert it into a particular list. So this is how, guys, it puts each and every element we are putting a square. So this is the guys syntax map, and then we are putting the method name and what is the function name, and whatever iterables are there, just push it here, and it will apply each and every element whatever functions we want. Any doubt, guys?
No, sir.
So guys, map or function, comma iterable. Just remember function, comma iterable. This is what is map. So map function in Python is powerful tool for applying a specific function to every item. So whenever we want to apply a specific function to every item in an iterable, we will go for map. Next is, guys, using the lambda. How can we use this map? So this is a number. Okay. So we have to, guys, overall we have to apply a specific function to every element. That's all is map. So map. So just take the lambda, syntax. If you remember, this is the argument, colon, this is the expression. And then after comma, we have just, given, guys, the list what we want to pass, because map syntax is what? The particular function, whatever function is there, comma the iterables. This is the iterable we are passing numbers. So it will give the result, guys, in a square of every number, 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square. Any doubt, guys? Take your time, understand, tell me. Any doubt in math?
Understood.
Next is guys, filter. So this is the last topic what we'll learn. The filter function in Python is a built-in function used to filter elements of an iterable list, tuple, or string based on a specific condition. It returns a new iterable containing only the elements that satisfy the condition provided by the function. So filter function in Python is a built-in, function used to filter elements of an iterable. That means, we want to, so what will happen is that we will, filter the, elements, what we'll do is that, filter function is a function. What will happen is that it will filter the elements of an iterable, be it will list, tuple, or, string based on a specific condition. So there will be some condition based on a specific condition, guys, it will, filter the value. It returns a new iterable containing only the elements that satisfy the condition. So it will return our new elements that will, satisfy the condition. So what we will do is here is guys, so let us just see how we this, do this, filter. So filter function and then comma iterable. The filter is what guys? A function that returns true or false for each, element. So iterable to be, filtered. So filter, function, just give me just 1 second. Yeah. The filter function, guys, what will happen? It will apply, guys, a filter, what will happen is that a function that returns true or false for each element. So iterable, the iterable to be filtered. So filter function is a function, is a Python, our filter function in Python is a built-in function used to filter elements of, we want to, guys, filter the elements of, list, tuple, or, string based on a specific condition. It returns a new, iterable containing only the elements that satisfy the, condition provided by a function. So what will happen is that filter this function and then the iterable. So we'll give the function name, comma iterable, a function that returns true or false for each element. Iterable, the iterable to be, filtered. So let us just see, guys. Here, we are passing a iterable, and here we are filtering. This is the function, and here we are trying to, filter the value. Let's suppose, guys, the lambda is, the value we're passing is x, and if the x square is greater than 10, that we want to, filter. That means I think, 4 square is greater than, 10, and 5 square is greater than 10, 4 square is 16, and 5 square is 25. So that is what we will get, in a function. Let us just see. So what is happening, guys, filter numbers whose square is greater than 10. So what will happen is that this will filter. And this is a filter, filter, this is the argument we will pass, and whatever the method is there, comma, the iterable will pass. This will filter in this, particular condition. What is the condition? Wherever the x square is greater than 10, just filter those values from this particular list. And here we have to again convert into list. So these are the values where the values are greater than 10, and we get the output as 4, 5. So guys, this is called as, guys, filter. So let's suppose is in a method, if I want to filter the values, so what we can do is that without using lambda, and let's suppose we are passing our value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is our method is even, and we are passing the value numbers, and this is returning in a number mod 2 equal to 0. If the number, modulus value is equal to 0, we will filter the value. How will filter the value? We will, pass this, particular method and the, iterable. And then what we'll do, guys, wherever the values are even, you just will get that particular result. So here num mod 2, whenever it is, equal to 0, we'll get the value that is nothing but 246. This is what is just, guys, filtering based on a condition, and we pass the iterable. Any doubt, guys? Yes or no, guys? Are you clear? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no, guys? So no. So now let us just, guys, revise the things what we have learned today, and let us just, try to, understand. Instance and global local variable we have, guys, already, studied. Okay. So now what we are doing is that, guys, we are trying to, learn something called as, guys, we learned something called as after instance variable, we learned something called as static variable or, class variable. What is a static variable or class variable, guys? Can someone tell me? static variable or class variable consumption. What is a static variable or class variable?
A variable inside the class but outside the method is called static variable.
It is at class level, yes or no, guys? A variable at the class level, yes or no, guys? Is called as what? Is called as, static variable or static
Class
variable or class variable. Yes or no, guys? It is defined where? It is defined inside a class and
Class.
what, guys? Outside a method. Do you guys agree with me? Yes or no? Then, how can we, access, class variable? How can we, access class variable? What is the answer?
Class name dot variable name.
Yeah,
Object
class
as-
name. Yes, fine. Class name, class name dot variable name. Yes or no, guys? Or, object reference, whatever the object reference is there, dot variable name. Do you guys agree with me?
Yes.
Next is, guys, next after this, guys, we have learned something called as, map. What is map, guys? Whatever function is there and we want to, we want to push any, list or tuple that is called as iterable. We can put whatever function is there. Similarly, we learned something called as filter. The filter also, guys, whatever the function is there and whatever iterable is there, it will filter the value. So now, guys, that is what we learn, in map,
Yes.
and that is what we learn in what? Filter. Yes or no, guys? Apart from that, anything, we have learned. The one is, we have learned.
Recursion.
Yeah, then we learn, guys, something called as recursive function. What is a recursive function? What is a recursive function, guys? Tell me, what is a recursive function? A function which calls itself. Yes or no, guys? Recursive, recursive function. What is a recursive function? Tell me. A function which calls
Itself.
yes or no, guys? Is called as what? Called as
Recursive function.
recursive function. So what was the code we have written for recursive function? Do you remember this particular code? Yes or no, guys?
Fibonacci series, sir.
Yes or no? Factorial, not Fibonacci series. Yes or no, guys?
Factorial.
So
Factorial.
what we wrote here, if this is a factorial, we are trying to, call it in the else block. If n equals to 1 or n equals to 0, return 1. Else return what? N into factorial n minus 1. Yes or no, guys? Now what will happen? Factorial, 5. We are passing 5. If it is not, it is 1 or 0, return, 1. Else what will again? Return this value of n into, n minus 1, that is 4. And again, this was called similarly 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. And finally, we got 1 and it got ended. It returned 1. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
So that is what, guys, we have learned today. Okay, practice the codes and I'll share you the note and recording and everything. Please, let me know if you have, guys, any further,